Hello students, this is Ritvik Dubey, your computer teacher. In today's video class, I will discuss about type conversion. What is the meaning of type conversion? If you have a value, okay, of a particular type, and if you want to convert the type of that value, then the process will be called as type conversion, or we can say data type conversion. Okay, let us try to understand this phenomena or this process in this video class. See, before discussing about the conversion of type of value, okay, we will discuss about size and allowed range of values for primitive data types. Okay, so I request you all to note down this chart or this table in your notebook. You can see here I have written all the primitive data types, or you can say fundamental data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. Okay, and the size that has been allotted to the data type byte is 1 byte, and we all know that 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. Okay, forget about these two columns, afterwards we will discuss. First of all, focus on these two columns, that is data type and their size. Okay, now if the data type is short, the memory size that has been allotted to this data type that is short is 2 bytes. If 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, then 2 byte is equal to 2 into 8, that is equal to 16 bits. For int, the memory size is 4 bytes, that is equal to 32 bits. For long, it is 8 bytes, that is equal to 8 8s are 64 bits. For float, it is 4 bytes, that is equal to 32 bits. For double, it is 8 bytes, that is equal to 64 bits. For boolean, it is 1 byte. Okay, the memory size that has been given to boolean data type is 1 byte. When I say memory given to this, or size, memory size given to this data type, it means whenever you declare a variable with data type byte, how much memory it consumes? It consumes 1 byte of memory. Whenever you declare a variable with data type short, how much memory does it consume? It consumes 2 bytes of memory. Whenever you declare a variable with data type double, the memory the variable consumes it is 8 bytes. Okay, whenever you declare a variable with data type boolean, it consumes 1 byte of memory. Whenever you declare a variable of data type char, it consumes 2 bytes of memory. क्लियर आया समझ में? तो मेमोरी स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई कब होगा? जब हम लोग वेरिएबल को डिक्लेयर करेंगे. Okay, byte x or short x, int x, long x, like this. Clear na? So you need to remember this memory size. Okay, in Java. Then allowed range of values in terms of power of 2. So how to remember? Minus 2 to the power. See, 1 byte is equal to how many bits? 8 bits. 8 minus 1, 7. So minus 2 to the power 7 to 2 to the power 7 minus 1. And what is the actual range of values? Minus 128 to 127. Then for short, it is 16 bits. 2 bytes means 2 into 8 is equal to 16 bits. So 16 minus 1, it is 15. So what is the range? In negative, it is minus 2 to the power 15, and in positive, it is 2 to the power 15, whatever value we will get, minus 1. So here you can see the actual range of values. It is minus 32,768 to 32,767. What does it mean? It means if you declare a variable with data type short, if you declare a variable with data type short, in negative, maximum you can use this value. Okay, minus 32,768. If you will use minus 32,769, you will get error. And in positive, maximum, the maximum value which you can use is 32,767. Clear? For int, it is 4 bytes. For int, it is 4 bytes, that is equal to 32 bits. 32 minus 1, it is 31. So what is the range? Minus 2 to the power 31 to 2 to the power 31, whatever value, you will get minus 1. So this is the value, minus 2147483648 to 2147483647. Clear? Now, if the data type is long, I mean, if you declare a variable with data type long, then the memory size that has been allotted to long data type is 8 bytes. Okay, that is equal to 64 bits. 64 minus 1, it is 63. So it is, what is the range in terms of power of 2? It is minus 2 to the power 63 to 2 to the power 63 minus 1. और उसका वैल्यू कहां से कहां तक जाएगा? निगेटिव में ज्यादा से ज्यादा आप ये वैल्यू को यूज कर सकते हो. -9 2233 72036 854 775 808. और कंपाइलर को पता कैसे चलेगा कि ये लॉन्ग वैल्यू है? लास्ट में आपको सफिक्स में कैपिटल एल या फिर स्मॉल एल लगाना पड़ेगा. ये हो गया निगेटिव में ज्यादा से ज्यादा वैल्यू. कब? जब आप किसी वेरिएबल को डिक्लेयर करोगे लॉन्ग डेटा टाइप से. Okay, and in positive, the maximum value is 9223372036854775807. Okay, and this is the range for float and double. And for Boolean, we have the numeric. It is not numeric value; it is only true false. Okay, if you declare a variable with data type Boolean, you can store either true or false. Okay. Now for char, it is 2 bytes, that is equal to 16 bits. Now, sir, this is a numeric value 0 to 65,535. See, every character has its Unicode. Okay, so this is the Unicode. This is not integer, this is the Unicode. Okay, so 0 to 65,535 means how many characters are there? 65,536 characters are there. Clear, na? So in Java, the data type char, okay, supports how many characters? 65,536, because 0 is also included. Clear? Clear, na? Okay. Then, computer understands only binary language. Okay. Binary language comprises of binary digits, that is 0 and 1, which are called as bits. Binary digits, in short, we call bits. Okay. Now, assume you have stored a number 24 in a variable, okay, of type byte. Suppose if the data type of a variable is byte, you have written byte x is equal to 24. What have you written? Byte x is equal to 24. You have declared a variable x with data type byte, and the value that you have stored in variable x is 24. Now, what is the binary equivalent of 24? How to find? See, we have to divide 24 by 2. So 2 12s are 24. What is the remainder? 0. Write 0 at the right side. Then again divide 12 by 2. Again divide 12 by 2. Okay. So 2 6s are 12. What is the remainder? 0. Write 0 at the right side. Then 2 3s are 6. What is the remainder? Again 0. So write 0 at the right side. Then again divide 3 by 2. Again divide 3 by 2. So 2 1s are 2. What is the remainder? It is 1. Write 1 at the right side. Then again divide 1 by 2. So 2 zeros are 0. What is the remainder? 1. Now from bottom to top, write down the values. So 24, whose base is 10. What is the meaning of base 10? It belongs to decimal number system. Sir, decimal number system मतलब? Decimal number system वो number system है जिसमें कि 10 fundamental digits use होते हैं, 0 से लेकर के 9 तक. हम लोग डे टू डे लाइफ में कौन सा नंबर सिस्टम यूज करते हैं? डेसिमल नंबर सिस्टम, जिसमें कि बेस वैल्यू कितना रहता है? 10. सर 10 क्यों? क्योंकि 10 फंडामेंटल डिजिट्स हम लोग यूज करते हैं. सो 24 whose base is 10 is equal to 11000. Don't say 11,000. Okay, it is 11000 whose base is 2. What is the meaning of base is equal to 2? Because in binary number system only 2 digits are allowed. In decimal number system, how many digits are allowed? 10. 0 to 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 0 to 9. How many digits are there? 10. 10 fundamental digits are used in decimal number system. So 24, when it is changed to binary number system, it became 11000. So how many bits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now you can see 24 whose base is 10 is equal to 11000. Now what I told you, assume a variable is declared with data type byte and the value 24 is stored in it. So for data type byte, how much memory is allotted? 1 byte. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. You can count. This is the location of first bit, second bit, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay. So what is this? This is 8 bits memory location. So how 24 is stored in a variable whose data type is byte? Like this, 11000. Still 3 spaces are left. In 8-bit memory location, you can see 3 spaces are left. Okay, that is the reason why the range of values is minus 128 to 127 in case of byte. Clear, na? So this is the concept. Internally, like this, the numbers are stored. Okay, all the data are stored like this only. Now, let us discuss about type conversion. Type conversion is of two types: implicit type conversion और explicit type conversion. जब भी आप लोग प्रोग्रामिंग में implicit वर्ड सुनोगे, समझ लेना implicit का मतलब होता है ऑटोमेटिकली, जो कि हम लोग नहीं करते, प्रोग्रामर नहीं करता है, वो ऑटोमेटिकली कंपाइलर के द्वारा हो जाता है. ओके, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन implicit and explicit? Implicit means which is done automatically, and explicit means it is not done automatically, the programmer has to do it. Clear? So in Java, if we talk about type conversion, it is of two types. One is implicit type conversion and the other is explicit type conversion. Okay, implicit type conversion is also known as coercion, or you can say widening, or you can say broadening. ठीक है, इसको कोएर्सन भी कहा जाता है, जो ऑटोमेटिक होता है ना कंपाइलर के द्वारा जो कन्वर्जन, वो कोएर्सन कहलाता है, या वाइडनिंग या फिर ब्रॉडेनिंग. नाउ व्हाट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ इम्प्लिसिट टाइप कन्वर्जन? इट इज द कन्वर्जन ऑफ अ वैल्यू फ्रॉम वन टाइप टू अनदर टाइप without any intervention of the programmer. That is, it is internally done by the compiler itself. है ना? तो कोई भी अगर एक वैल्यू है हमारे पास, उस वैल्यू के डेटा टाइप को अगर हम कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं, मतलब हम नहीं कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं, सॉरी, कंपाइलर कन्वर्ट कर रहा है हमारे इंटरवेंशन के बिना. ठीक है, हम उसके लिए रेस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है. कौन रेस्पॉन्सिबल है? कंपाइलर रेस्पॉन्सिबल है. देन दैट कन्वर्जन विल बी कॉल्ड एज इम्प्लिसिट टाइप कन्वर्जन. तो बहुत ही सिंपल है. अगर एक वैल्यू है, उस वैल्यू का डेटा टाइप अगर ऑटोमेटिकली चेंज हो जा रहा है, हम लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो उस कन्वर्जन को कौन करता है? कंपाइलर. और उसको कहा क्या जाता है? इम्प्लिसिट टाइप कन्वर्जन और कोएर्सन और वाइडनिंग और ब्रॉडेनिंग. क्लियर? नाउ व्हाट इज एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कन्वर्जन? इट इज आल्सो नोन एज टाइप कास्टिंग और नैरोइंग. ठीक है, इसको नैरोइंग क्यों कहते हैं, अभी आगे चल करके एग्जांपल मैं दूंगा. फ्रॉम देयर यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. ओके, नाउ इट इज द कन्वर्जन ऑफ अ वैल्यू from one type to another type as per the programmer's choice. That is, it is explicitly done by the programmer. Clear, na? Okay, so the conversion which is done by the programmer but not by the compiler internally, it is called as explicit type conversion, or you can say type casting, or you can say narrowing. Okay, so note down this in your notebook. In examination, the difference comes. Okay, what is the difference between implicit type conversion and explicit type conversion? Clear, na? Okay, I will give you the example, don't worry. Everything, I will clear everything, don't worry. See, now you need to remember a type conversion chart in order to understand the phenomena. Okay, type conversion chart, this is the chart. See, first of all, you have to write in your notebook byte. After byte, write down short, and then int, then long, then float, then double. You will have to remember it. Okay, remember this chart. पहले byte, byte के बाद short, short के बाद int, int के बाद long, long के बाद float, float के बाद double. Clear? Remembered? Okay, now close your eyes. Close your eyes. Please close your eyes. Okay, in your mind create this picture. First of all, byte, byte के just बाद visualize करो short. अपने mind में आंख बंद करो सब लोग. Short के बाद int, int के बाद long, long के बाद float, float के बाद double. Clear? This chart is clear? Very good. Now see the direction. If, yes, one more is there, char. Now let me tell you one thing. In your type conversion chart, all the fundamental data types, or you can say primitive data types, are included except Boolean. Why? Because Boolean doesn't consist of a numeric value. Yes or no? It contains only, or it consists of only true or false. If a variable is declared with data type Boolean, we can assign either true or false to the variable. Yes or no? Clear, na? So, since Boolean type variable doesn't hold numeric value, it doesn't come under the type conversion process. Okay, so I have written byte, short, int, long, float, double, and char. Okay, and you can see the direction char to int. Okay, now char and short both are having the same precedence, same priority. Anyway, now see, the least precedence is of byte and the maximum precedence that has been given to the data type is double. Double has the maximum precedence. Okay, it has the maximum precedence. मतलब double अगर देखा जाए तो जितने भी numeric data type यहाँ पे हैं byte, short, char, int, long, float, ये कह सकते हैं कि सबसे ज्यादा precedence यानी कि सबसे ज्यादा capacity इसका है double का. डबल के जस्ट नीचे कैपेसिटी है फ्लोट का, फ्लोट के जस्ट नीचे कैपेसिटी है लॉन्ग का, लॉन्ग के जस्ट नीचे कैपेसिटी है इंट का, और इंट के जस्ट नीचे कैपेसिटी है शॉर्ट और कैर का, और इसके जस्ट नीचे कैपेसिटी है बाइट का. ठीक है, कैर का थोड़ा एक अलग ही है, लेकिन इसको इस तरीके से आप लोग याद कर लो. आई विल डिस्कस, ओके, आई विल डिस्कस एवरीथिंग, डोंट वरी. नाउ just try to remember the very first slide. The memory size that has been allotted to the data type byte is 1 byte, and then to short data type is 2 bytes. Int, it is 4 bytes. Long, it is 8 bytes. Now float, it is again 4 bytes. Now double, it is again 8 bytes. ठीक है, and char 2 bytes. तो ये जितने फंडामेंटल डेटा टाइप आपको दिख रहे हैं, सबसे कम प्रेसिडेंस बाइट का कितना मेमोरी इसको दिया गया? 1 बाइट. शॉर्ट को कितना दिया गया? 2 बाइट्स. कैर को कितना दिया गया? इसको भी 2 बाइट्स. इंट को और फ्लोट को 4-4 और लॉन्ग और डबल को 8-8, 8-8. क्लियर? दिस इज क्लियर ना? ओके, नाउ लिसन. सी, even though the memory size of int and float are same, yes or no? Float has been allotted with memory size 4 bytes and int is also allotted with memory size 4 bytes. Even then, the precedence of float is more than the precedence of int, and the precedence of float is more than the precedence of long. Is this clear? Okay. Now listen. Now, if the direction is from left to right, if the direction of conversion of chart, chart not type, if the direction of conversion of type is from left to right, then it is called as implicit type conversion or coercion. Okay, but if the direction is just opposite, see, first you have to write byte, then short, then int, then long, then float, then double. But if the direction changes, if the direction is from right to left, if the direction is from right to left, then this conversion is called as explicit type conversion, or you can say typecasting. Clear na? Okay, if it is not clear, don't worry. Now only I will give the examples. Okay, don't worry. Now, example of implicit type conversion. Now this is the chart. Assume this is the chart. Okay, byte to short, short to int. Okay, one is char, so char to int, then int to long, long to float, float to double. Clear? Now this is the chart. This is the complete chart. Now, if you are standing over int, okay, if you are standing over it, means there is an int value in your hand. In your hand, there is an int value. Now, if you have to convert it to float type, if you have to convert it to float type, then what should be the statement? First of all, what is the direction of change? The direction is from left to right. As per the chart, byte to short, short to int, int to long, long to float, float to double. What is the direction? The direction is from left to right. Yes or no? The direction is from left to right. And what type of conversion is this? This is implicit. It will be done automatically by the compiler. Okay. Now see, try to relate this statement with the diagram. Okay. Try to relate this statement with the diagram. See, int x is equal to 15 means you have a value 15 which is stored in a variable x whose type is int. So 15 is an int type value, right? So currently you are in which state? Integer state. The value is in which state? Integer state or integer type. Okay. Now in the second statement, look carefully. Don't say it as y is equal to x. It is called as the value of x is getting stored in the variable y. So what is the value of x? 15. What type of value? It is int. So int value is getting converted to float. Yes or no? X is getting stored in y. So x was of type int. But after getting stored in variable y, it will become float. Yes or no? So you can see, initially it was of int type. Initially this value 15 was of int type. Okay. So stand over int. And then it got converted to float type. Okay, so there is a conversion from left to right or right to left. It is left to right. The conversion is from left to right as per the chart. Okay, so this statement, okay, this conversion, okay, it is called as implicit type conversion, and it is done automatically by the compiler. We have just initialized, but the compiler internally, it has converted, or it will convert the int value into float value. Now, if I write system.out.println x and system.out.println y, I will get 15, and just next to that line, I will get 15.0. Because when 15, the value 15, when it gets stored in variable y, since the data type of y is float, so 15 will become 15.0. Is this clear? So it is automatically done by the compiler, and thus it is called as implicit type conversion. It is called as implicit type conversion. Clear? Now, example of implicit type conversion, this is example number 2. Now, this is the chart. Okay, byte to short, short to int, as well as char to int also. Byte to short, short to int, as well as char to int, and then int to long, long to float, float to double. This is the chart. You will have to remember this chart. Okay. Now, assume you are standing over byte. What is the meaning of standing over byte? I mean, in your hand, the type of value is byte. You have a byte type value. Okay. Now, if you are converting, or you are not converting, if the compiler is automatically converting to int type, okay, if it is converting into int type, then what is the direction? You can see the direction is from left to right. The direction is from left to right. Yes or no? So if the direction of conversion is left to right, it is called as implicit type conversion, or we can say coercion. Okay. Now see the statement and try to relate the statements by looking at the chart. Okay, by looking at the figure. See, byte x is equal to 15 means in this case, 15, since we are storing 15 in variable x whose data type is byte, so 15 is a byte type value. We can say 15 is a byte type value. So currently you are in which position? Byte position. Now when you are assigning the value of x to variable y, so since x is holding 15, 15 is a byte type value. Why? Because the data type of x is byte. So byte type value in the second statement, the byte type value is getting converted to int type value. Yes or no? After getting stored in y, it will become int type value. So what is the direction of conversion? The direction of conversion is left to right. Okay, and it will be done automatically by the compiler. Okay, this is called as implicit type conversion. We have just assigned the variable. Okay, we have just assigned the variable's value to y, but internally the compiler will do the conversion. Internally, the compiler will do the conversion. Clear? Now, let me give you one more example. Now, the requirement is you will think and you will decide. Okay, what will be the statement? Suppose the scenario is this is the chart. Yes or no? Same chart. Byte to short, short to int, as well as char to int to long, long to float, float to double. Clear? Now, if you are standing over byte, and if you have to convert a byte type value to a double type value, if you have to convert a byte type value to a double type value, then what is the direction of conversion? The direction of conversion is from left to right. That means it will be done automatically. It will be done automatically. And since it will be done automatically, it will be called as implicit type conversion. Now just pause this video and write down the statement. and you can check yourself how much you have understood. What are you waiting for? Alright, take down your pen and write. Written? Written or not? Pause the video and write. Try to write. Okay. Now listen. The answer is, or the statement will be, if you have a byte type value, if you have a byte type value, and if you are converting that byte type value to double, this will be the statement. First of all, the direction of conversion is left to right. Okay, it is implicit, and the statement will be byte x is equal to 15. Okay, and then double y is equal to x. So what is double y is equal to x? It is implicit type conversion or coercion. It is implicit type conversion, or we can say coercion. Clear? Now, example of implicit type conversion, not implicit, explicit. Example of explicit type conversion. Explicit means which is not done by the compiler automatically. Okay, for which the programmer will be responsible. For which the programmer will be responsible. Now, see the same chart, but the direction changes. Now the direction is double to float, float to long, long to int to short, short to byte, int to carols. There is no change in the chart. Okay, byte, short, int, long, float, double, same sequence, but the direction is changed. The direction of conversion is changed. Okay. Now assume if you are standing over double. What is the meaning of standing over double? If you are having a value whose data type is double, and if you are converting to int. Okay, so what is the direction of conversion? The direction of conversion is from right to left. The direction of conversion is from right to left. This is called as explicit type conversion or typecasting. Okay. Now you can see the first statement. See the first statement, try to relate with the diagram. Double x is equal to 42.569D. So what is 42.569? It is a value, numeric value, or floating point value, or real value, which is getting stored in variable x. So you have a value whose data type is double. Okay, you have a value 42.569. It is a double type value. And in the second statement, you are assigning the value of x to y whose data type is int directly. Okay, so it is not allowed. It will give you the error because it will not be done automatically by the compiler. This statement will give you error. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from x double to int. This will be the error. I will show you using BlueJ. I will show you, but this will give error. Why? Because in this case, the direction of conversion is from right to left, and if the direction of conversion is from right to left, in such case, the programmer has to do typecasting. Now, how to do? See, this is the way. Double x is equal to that value 42.569. Now, just before the variable x, okay, you need to use round bracket, and within the round bracket you need to write the type. So if you are writing int, it means explicitly you are converting the data type of x, which was double, to int type. Okay, so when it got converted to int type, 42.569 became 42 only, because in integer point values are not allowed. So the point and the digits after the point will be removed when you do the typecasting here. Okay, and then 42 will be stored in variable y. This is possible. Okay, clear now? So this is a loss of value also, loss of precision. This is in explicit typecasting, there is a loss of precision. Okay, exact value we will not get. Why? Because explicitly we have converted the double value to int value. So 42.569 will become 42 only. Okay, so this is called as, this statement is called as explicit typecasting. You will have to use round bracket. Within the round bracket, you will have to write that type to which you want to convert the value. Clear? Now let me give you one more example. Another example of explicit type conversion. Now you decide. The same chart, but the direction is changed. Okay. Now if you are standing over int, what is the meaning of standing over int? You have a value of type int. Now if you want to convert to a byte type value, okay, so the direction of conversion is right to left. Yes or no? The direction of conversion is from right to left. So it is explicit type conversion or typecasting, we can say. So int x is equal to 64. Try to relate this statement with the above figure or diagram. Int x is equal to 64 means you have the value 64 whose type is int. Now when you write y is equal to x, means the value of x is getting stored in y whose type is byte. मतलब क्या है इसका कि तुम्हारे पास 64 एक वैल्यू है जो कि y में जाने के बाद उसका टाइप चेंज हो जाएगा. 64 एक इंट टाइप का वैल्यू था. क्यों? क्योंकि वो एक ऐसे वेरिएबल में स्टोर किया गया था जिसका टाइप इंट है. तो हम लोग कहेंगे कि 64 एक इंट टाइप वैल्यू है. जब ये वेरिएबल y में जाएगा तो क्या टाइप में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा? बाइट. मतलब पहले इंट था, पहले 64 क्या था? इंट वैल्यू था. बाद में जाकर के क्या बना? वो बाइट बन गया. तो ये डायरेक्टली क्या अलाउड है? डायरेक्टली इस तरह से अलाउड नहीं. यहाँ पे हम लोगों को एरर मिलेगा. तो करेक्ट क्या है? करेक्ट ये है. देखो हमारे पास 64 था इंट वैल्यू, उसको मुझे सबसे पहले क्या करना है? बाइट में कन्वर्ट करना है. तो एक्स के पहले राउंड ब्रैकेट के अंदर मुझे बाइट लिखना पड़ेगा. ये कहलाता है आप लोगों का एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कास्टिंग. ठीक है. तो एक्स का वैल्यू 64 जो था वो इंट वैल्यू, वो बाइट वैल्यू में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, फिर स्टोर. क्लियर ना? ओके. So this was about type conversion. Now let me show you using BlueJ. Let me create one class. Control A, backspace. Okay. Public public class demo. Public class demo. Public public static void main capital string string array space args. ठीक है. अब इसमें क्या करते हैं? सबसे पहले तो मैं रेंज ऑफ वैल्यूज दिखा देता हूं आप लोगों को. अगर डेटा टाइप बाइट अगर है किसी भी वेरिएबल का, तो निगेटिव में आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा -128 ही दे सकते हैं, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. सबसे पहले उस चीज को क्लियर कर देते हैं. कंट्रोल के सी, वी विल गेट नो सिंटैक्स एरर. लेकिन निगेटिव में अगर -128 के बियॉन्ड जाने की कोशिश करूंगा, देन आई विल गेट एरर. व्हाट विल बी द एरर? इनकम्पैटिबल टाइप्स, possible lossy conversion from int to byte. Means the compiler is telling you now -129 is not a byte type value. Okay. Always remember, if compiler sees a numeric value without decimal point, it considers it as an int value. Clear na? So -129 being an int value, it cannot be stored to a variable x whose type is byte. So thus we are getting error. Control K, we are getting error. Clear na? Then in positive maximum we can use 127. Control K, no syntax error. If I write 128, I will get error. Why? Because the range of values were -128 to 127. Clear? Now in case of short, if the data type of variable x is short, short short, so in negative it can be 32,768. Control K, no syntax error. If I make it 69, I will get error. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from int to short. Clear na? Okay. Now in positive 32,767. It is correct. But if I use 68, I will get error. So what is the range of value for data type short? It is -32,768 to 32,760. I have already told you in first slide. Okay. Clear na? So if it is int x is equal to what in negative, what is the value? 2147483648. No syntax error. If I make it 9, I will get error. Integer number too large. Okay. Integer number too large. This is the error I will get. Now in positive, I can write 2147483647. Control K, no syntax error. But if I write 48, I will get error. Integer number too large. Clear na? Okay. For long, double, float, you can check yourself. Now let me tell about typecasting. Suppose if the data type is short, short, x is equal to suppose 56. Clear? Now if I want to store in variable y whose type is long, will I get any error? I will not get any error. So what type of conversion is this? See, value 56, since it is getting stored in variable x whose type is short, so 56 became a short type value. 56 became a short type value. Now in this line, in this statement, the value of x, that is 56, which is a short type value, is getting converted or is getting stored in a variable whose type is long. So you are converting a short value to long value. What is the direction? The direction is from left to right. Remember the chart. Take out that chart. Write in your notebook and take out that chart. The direction of conversion is from left to right. So it will be done automatically. Okay, it will be done automatically by the compiler. Clear? Okay, now let me give you one more example of implicit conversion. Suppose if the value is 10. Okay, if the value is 10. Now if you are assigning the variable value of x in variable y, will you get any error? You will not get any error. Why? Because the direction of conversion is from int to double. The value of x, that is 10, which is an int type value, is getting stored in a variable y whose type is double. So the conversion is from int to double. x के अंदर वैल्यू 10 है, जिसका की टाइप int है, वो स्टोर हो रहा है वेरिएबल y में जिसका टाइप डबल है. तो यहाँ पे कोई भी एरर नहीं आएगा. अगर मैं यहाँ पे प्रिंट करूंगा, इफ आई विल प्रिंट system system dot out dot println system dot out dot println x, and let me copy this और system dot out dot println y, तो पता है मुझे आउटपुट में क्या मिलेगा? x के जगह 10 और y में 10 जो है यहाँ पे 10.0 में कन्वर्ट हो चुका है. किसने कन्वर्ट किया? कंपाइलर ने ऑटोमेटिकली. इसको बोलते हैं इम्प्लिसिट टाइप का कन्वर्जन. कंपाइल, नो सिंटैक्स एरर. लेट मी शो यू द आउटपुट आल्सो. यू कैन सी 10 10.0. 10 किसका वैल्यू है? x का. 10.0 किसका वैल्यू है? y का. एक y का टाइप क्या था? डबल, इसलिए 10.0 हो गया. लेकिन जस्ट इसका उल्टा कर दें तो ठीक है. अगर x का टाइप अगर मैं float फ्लोट दे दूं और 10.0 f लिख दूं और y का टाइप अगर int दे दूं, then I will get error here. I will get error. Okay, let me give here 10.236. Okay, I will get error in this line. Why? See, you have the value 10.236. You have stored this value in a variable x whose type is float. Now, when you're assigning the value of x to y, that means you're trying to convert the value x to int type. Yes or no? You are trying to convert a float type value. You are trying to convert a float type value to int type. So what is the direction? The direction is from right to left. Take out your chart and see. The direction of conversion is from right to left. Yes or no? So it will not be done automatically, and here we will get error. Here we will get error. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from float to int. यानी कि फ्लोट वैल्यू इंट वैल्यू में कन्वर्ट नहीं हो सकता है. तो हम लोग को यहाँ पे क्या करना पड़ेगा? टाइप कास्टिंग. टाइप कास्टिंग कैसे करते हैं? उस वेरिएबल के पहले राउंड ब्रैकेट और यहाँ पे किस में कन्वर्ट करना है? हम लोगों को इंट में कन्वर्ट करना है ना. इंट में कन्वर्ट जब हो जाएगा तभी तो वो वाई में स्टोर हो पाएगा. अब कुछ बच्चे यहाँ पे क्या लिख देंगे? फ्लोट लिख देंगे. अरे बाबा, वो फ्लोट में ऑलरेडी है. एक्स का डेटा टाइप ऑलरेडी फ्लोट है. एरर आ रहा है, आपको वाई में स्टोर करना है, तो यहाँ पे फ्लोट थोड़ी लिखेंगे. यहाँ पे क्या लिखेंगे? इंट लिखेंगे. और इसी प्रोसेस को क्या कहा जाता है? एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कास्टिंग. यानी कि हम लोग जबरदस्ती वेरिएबल एक्स का जो वैल्यू था 10.236, इसको जबरदस्ती इंट में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. इसी कारण से इम्प्लिसिट को क्या कहा जाता था? वाइडनिंग. यानी कि उसका साइज बड़ा हो रहा है. ठीक है, उसका प्रिसीजन ज्यादा हो रहा है. और इसको क्या कहा जाता है? ये जो एक्टिविटी हम लोग कर रहे हैं, इसको कहा जाता है नैरोविंग. It is called as narrowing. Clear? Okay, now we will not get any error. Now what will be the output? In place of X, I will get 10.236, and in place of Y, I will get only 10, because the data type of Y is int. Now let me show it to you. See, 10.236 or 10. Okay? Okay? Clear, na? Now, let me tell about float and double. See, FLOAT float, X is equal to, if I write 10, let me remove these two lines, okay? Now let us discuss about this only. It is very, very important, very, very important, as well as very, very interesting also. Now listen, if I write float X is equal to 10, will I get any error? I will not get any error. Why? The reason is, see, whenever a compiler sees a numeric value which doesn't have any decimal point, it consider it as an int type value. Now, what type of value is 10? It is an int type value. Now, int type value is getting converted to float. Okay, now what is the direction of conversion? Take out your chart and see. What is the direction of conversion? The direction of conversion is from, the direction of conversion is from, what is the direction of conversion? What is the direction of conversion? Say this, float X is equal to 10. 10 is an integer value and you have to convert it to float. Okay, integer value and you have to convert it to float. So what is the direction? Left to right. Automatically it will happen. That is the reason why we will not get any error, no syntax. But if I write 10.0, if I write 10.0, I will get error. Why? Sir, 10.0 is a real value, point value. So why error? Now listen. See, first of all, let me show you. Yes, it is giving error. Why, sir? What is the reason? See, whenever a compiler says a numeric value having decimal point without any suffix, it considers that value as a double type value. जब भी कंपाइलर ऐसे न्यूमेरिक वैल्यू को देखता है जिसमें कि पॉइंट है, तो कंपाइलर बाय डिफॉल्ट उसको क्या कंसीडर करता है? डबल टाइप कंसीडर करता है. तो डबल टाइप वैल्यू फ्लोट टाइप में क्या जा सकता है? ये देखो, डबल टाइप वैल्यू क्या फ्लोट टाइप में जा सकता है? डायरेक्शन राइट टू लेफ्ट हो जाएगा, एक्सप्लिसिट करना पड़ेगा. तो या तो आप लोग यहाँ पे एज अ सफिक्स स्मॉल एफ लिखो तो नो सिंटेक्स एरर आएगा, कैपिटल एफ भी लिख सकते हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, नो सिंटेक्स एरर आएगा. या फिर आपको एक्सप्लिसिट टाइप कास्टिंग करना पड़ेगा. यहाँ पे क्या लिखना पड़ेगा? FLOAT फ्लोट, कंट्रोल के नो सिंटेक्स एरर. आया समझ में? तो कंपाइलर को ये बताने के लिए कि 10.0 डबल वैल्यू नहीं है, तुम इसको फ्लोट वैल्यू कंसीडर करो, हम लोगों को सफिक्स में एफ लिखना कंपलसरी होता है फ्लोट के केस में. आया समझ में? या तो स्मॉल एफ लिखो या तो कैपिटल एफ लिखो. आया समझ में? अच्छा, अभी मैं बताता हूं डबल का. DOUBLE, डबल एक्स इज इक्वल टू 10.5 मान लो. यहां पे मुझे एरर नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि कंपाइलर बाय डिफॉल्ट पॉइंट वाले वैल्यू को क्या कंसीडर करता है? डबल टाइप. डबल टाइप वैल्यू डबल टाइप वेरिएबल में जा रहा है, क्या प्रॉब्लम? ठीक है, लेकिन फिर भी सफिक्स के रूप में कुछ कुछ बुक्स में यूज कर देते हैं डी, इट इज करेक्ट, और कैपिटल डी, इट इज करेक्ट, बट it is not compulsory to give small d or capital D. But even if you are giving, okay, then also it is correct. Clear, na? Okay. Now, what if I write 10.5 f? Will it show any error? Will it give any error? It will not give any error. It will not give any error. Why? See, 10.5 f means it is a float type value. The compiler checks, yes, f is there, so 10.5 f means it is a float type value. It is a float type value. Now it is getting converted to a double value. Now float type value, it is getting converted to double value. What is the direction? Left to right. Automatically it will happen. Yes or no? That is the reason why we will not get any error. Clear? Is it clear? Now let me discuss about char. Let me discuss about char. Now, if I write char x is equal to, within single quotes, capital A, and if I write int y is equal to x, And if I print both these variables, system.out.println, system.out.println x, system.out.println x, and system.out.println y. No syntax error. Why? Because see, in variable x, a character value is stored. Okay, a character value is stored, that is capital A. Okay, now that character value is getting converted to int value. See, that character value is getting converted to int value. What is the direction? Left to right. Yes, you can say bottom to top, but take it as left to right. Okay, so the direction of conversion is left to right, so it is not showing any error. It is not showing any error. Now you might be thinking, after getting stored in variable y, how a character can be stored in an int type variable? See, the ASCII code gets stored. Okay, in variable y, character A is not stored. Since its data type is int, the ASCII code of capital A is stored. So what is the ASCII code of capital A? It is 65. So in place of y, we will get 65 as output. In place of x, we will get capital A only, because its data type is x. The data type of variable x is char, and thus we will get capital A. Since the data type of y variable is int, we will get the ASCII code of A. So in the first line, we will get capital A. In the second line, we will get 65. Let me show it to you. Right click. See. A, capital A, and then 65. Capital A and then 65. Now, if I do the opposite, okay. What if I do the opposite? Int x is equal to 65. Int x is equal to 65 and char y is equal to x. Here I will get error. Why? Because see, you are trying to store an int value to a char variable. Okay. Now, if it is from int to char, where is that? Yes, if it is from int to char, you can see this figure, int to char, the direction is from right to left. So explicit typecasting has to be done. Okay, here we will get error. Incompatible types, possible lossy conversion from int to char. So what is the solution? The solution is you will have to do typecasting, explicit typecasting. Okay. Now what happens in this line? See, x was holding the value 65. You have converted explicitly 65 to a character value. So what is, 65 is the ASCII code of which character? Capital A. So here, because of this statement, capital A will come and capital A will get stored in variable y. So here we will get 65 in the first line and capital A in the second line. Clear? Compile, no syntax or close. Let me right click, main method, okay. You can see 65 and A. Clear? I want you all to practice these many times. Clear, na? Now let us check. What is the ASCII code of capital A and capital Z? How to check this? You don't need to write this again and again. In the system.out.println only, you can write. Suppose if I write character A, and here if I write character within single quotes character Z. So the output which I will get is A and Z only. A and Z only. It is very important. See capital A and Z only. I got capital A and Z. Now what if I do typecasting directly to the value? Suppose int. I write int and again I write int. So what will happen? The ASCII code will come. See, character A, it is a character A. Okay. So I have done explicit typecasting. So this value got converted into int value. That means I will get the ASCII code of capital A and ASCII code of small z. ASCII code of capital A and ASCII code of capital Z. Okay. Compile, no syntax error. See, I will get the numeric value. So the ASCII code of capital A is 65 and capital Z is 90. Let me note it down. ASCII, ASCII code. ASCII code. So from capital A to capital Z, the ASCII code is 65 to 90. Okay, 65 to 90. Then small a to small z. What is the ASCII code? It will be 97, perhaps 97 to 120 or 122, 120, 97 to 122. Okay, so the ASCII code of small a to small z is equal to 97 to 122. Let me use single quotes so that it will be clear. It is a character value. Character A to character Z. Character Z. Okay. Again, character small a. Character small a to character small z. Character small z. Okay. Now, let me check for digit 0 to digit 9. Character 0. It is not digit. It is character. Since you have enclosed 0 within single quote, it is not a digit. It is a character now. So character 0 to character 9. I mean 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What are the ASCII codes? It will be required in high level programming. Okay. Now control K and then let me find the output. So it is 48 to 57. Okay. So digit 0 to digit means character digit. Okay. To character 9. It is what? It is 48 to 57. 48 to 57. And what is the ASCII code of a space? What is the ASCII code of a space? Let me remove this line. What is the ASCII code of a space? If I give one space within single quotes, okay, it will be 32. 32. See, so ASCII code of a space is 32. ASCII code of a space is 32. Space means within single quotes, one space is equal to 32. Let me write in a bracket. The ASCII code of a space character, SPACE, space CHARACTER, space character is 32. So please remember this chart. The ASCII code of capital A to capital Z is 65 to 90, small a to small z is 97 to 122, 0 to 9 is 48 to 57, and the ASCII code of a space is 32. Clear, na? So you need to remember these. These are important. Okay. So I hope the typecasting or type conversion, you can say, type conversion concept is clear. This concept is very, very important. Practice this with various examples of your own. Okay. So thank you so much for watching this video. Bye-bye.